Okay, number 2. Call this Black Room. As always, name's not important. You know, I want to know how everybody deals with the devil and God within themselves, and whether they recognize it, see it for what it is, or never even see it, because they're too busy trying to struggle through life. You know, I want to talk about a certain subject. I'm going to need some feedback. Make sure people are listening. All gospel, all the time. Curse words, foul mouth and all, while I'm explaining the fact that it don't matter. And everything in our lives are meant to fool us, and we need to all realize it and come to realization. We make a choice on truly which side of the fence you're on, whether you want to hail Satan or God, and what's stopping your choice, which most likely is the same thing that stops my choice, which is the fact that I was taken advantage sexually as a kid, and I still can't deal with that. So there's a lot of things that I can't deal with very well. You know, without feeling like I'm letting a piece of the devil that I was given take over and crush somebody else's feelings. Life goal to fix that and make that go away, because I know I was never supposed to have it anyway. But you know, you're taught about an almighty, jealous God, when really the jealous God was writing the book or rewriting the book. You know, here pretty soon I'm going to do a little of the work in the light, and I'm going to hope that the real God will show me the way, and if not, he'll at least show me or give me the wisdom to see that I'm trying to be deceived while trying to help us all gain the truth and knowledge that we're supposed to have. You know, it's like most people don't even know they have it. I know that you guys got it. I know I have it. It's there. And it was very strong feeling in me. You know, it was a feeling that I couldn't see anywhere around me. All I seen was hate. All I wanted to do was love. You know, and then watched day by day as it got worse, until they had stomped me to the floor good enough for the devil to walk in. You know, I'm a different person. Because now I gotta live with it. And I'm working my way to making it my puppet, even though I don't like it. I'd rather it not be there. And everybody be in the right place. You know, it don't matter how bad you are, cool you want to be, nice you dress, how much you make sure you don't curse, how you worship God while you're trusting Him with your money. God don't care about money, man. The money belongs to the devil. So, you know, when you're in there in church giving money, you're in church on Sunday worshiping the devil. And I can't go to church for that, you know. Not that I'm not religious. I just lay at home, watch sermons, go to work, watch sermons, and find the truth at the same time. Because really, I don't care where it is. I don't care if we're aliens or what, you know. As long as it's the truth. Because I'm sure tired of being lied to everywhere I turn, every single day. By a lot of different people. You know. And it's all for the devil's money. You know, we wasn't supposed to live in a sexual world. We're what I would say a star. You know, it don't matter. Black people, white people, Asian people. I don't know how the colors and nationalities came in, but it don't really matter, you know. Because when you come down to the end, I feel like your soul is in a dungeon. To me, that's what I see it as, but I'm sure that's not what it is. But the fact of the matter is my eyes are seeing it, but they're seeing what I comprehend from what my heart is telling it to see. You know, I knew I was there, but I never understood why. I was sentenced to the hell that I was in. You know, till the point that I didn't care anymore. And then it was, you know, just making the best of it and trying to win a little bit at a time. You know, when I look back at life, I see everybody in different levels of my life. all the people that I've ever been friends with, you know. Some of them are not friends anymore. It's okay though. I still love them. You know, because when it comes down to it, it's the fact that nobody like the feeling of my strength, because I feel like without trying, I'm throwing it around with my unwillingness to lose the battle. You know, there is no sacrifice too big to win. And that's for everybody. When the true reality of it is it don't even matter. Because if we would just realize where we are, what's happening, and just come to the realization and trust the people that are standing around you, you know, things will change immediately. You know, the thing is that we're in a world that is hell. You know, I mean, the devil was a worker here. He has no soul. He's a strong God, but he's also a weak God. You see, he's always robbed it from somewhere else. You know, it's like all the unkindness in the world keeps him alive. So, in order for you to stay here, you have to stay unhappy. That way you recharge that burning soul that he needs. He needs it to be burning. He can't let you put it out, because he loses his power. If your soul is sitting there with him of God still, it's pretty much worthless to him, you know? And it's like you're either tricked, greedy, or something or other, you know, and you get stuck in this problem. And it's like, it doesn't matter which one of the spectrum you fall on, you're still in the same predicament as the person standing next to you. It might be different and you might not understand that person, but that person's problem is the same person, your problem. The only difference is his family's weakness is not your family's weakness. So where he's weak, you're strong, and where you're strong, he's weak. But instead of seeing that, you get jealous or fearful of their strengths. While they're sitting there doing the same for you, and nobody wants to understand each other, you know, and you can't understand the person you're trying to love, how can you understand everybody in the world? But we're not done talking yet. I hope I get some listeners, you know. I'm just going to tell you that this is gospel, and I'm going to try to get you to turn to God. Now, in order for you to find that out for a while, you're going to have to go back to where I'm saying it now, because I'm not going to mention it again. It don't matter if you drink. It doesn't matter if you smoke. I don't care what you do. As long as you're not, and you should have your answer. If you feel like you've done something that condemns you to hell yourself, free will, then you don't need to be here. You can listen to the story. That's not a problem, because it's not my judgment what happens in the end. Maybe it is. I guess that's to be determined, because truly, my name means nothing, because I went through life knowing who I was and not knowing who I was at the same time. I'm going to have to take a break here in a few. Got some things to do. I ain't going nowhere, though. And we're going to have some conversations as long as people want to listen. We're going to move. It's gospel for the tortured soul. Because we're going to have a long conversation, and I don't really care how long it lasts. Because I'm as holy as they come with something I was given that's more evil than I want to share. But it now belongs to me. Hopefully it's strong, because I'm getting ready to heat it up. And sit there in my mind and watch myself transform with a vision of me beating a piece of the devil's power into a harpoon or an arrow and a bow or a sword, for that matter. Really. I think the answer is that it needs to be gloves. And I want everybody else to decide gloves. Because you're all here too with me. And I want to sit here in this dark room, and I want you to get into a dark room when you're listening and sit here. Whenever we figured it out, we'll be interacting, and I'll figure out how to take care of that to where I'm still in a dark room. Really need to get it to where it's a multi-universe conversation where everybody could just patch in and patch out and conversate and add to the discussion, if will. You know, I really don't know where this is going to go. But I do know it's a place that all of us need to go. And I think in the end you need to listen, because I want to say that until you do something evil, you're an angel. Once you do something evil, no matter how many times you get to come back, you're still destined to hell. And that definitely could be me. I don't know, but I know it ain't from this life. If it's a sentence, it's from the last one, or the one before, or the one before. Because the fact of the matter is when you die, you get tricked into deciding to stay here in hell, even though you may have earned your ticket to heaven. You get talked into giving it to the devil instead of heaven's gates, because you're being showed a mirage of heaven's gates. I've been there. I might add her to the story. Her birthday's in 2 days, and she's a very good woman. She's old. She's about 85 or so. And the thing is, that I don't know where it'll be, and it might backtrack over itself because it's jumbled up in my brain. But there's a story there. And it's about the fact that the government has allowed us and helped in us being sexually tortured. So our brains are too busy focusing on that than focusing on making the world better. You can't get out of your own mind, so you can't go anywhere. It doesn't matter if you're religious or not. I mean, what's it matter if you think you're going to heaven, and you don't want to be here again, and then you wake up here again, I kind of felt that's what happened to me, I don't know, but anyway, the thing is, I feel like in reality, we're not here. We think we're here, but we're not here. And I don't know what that entails, but I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to bring you guys with me if you listen. And all I can say is, in the end, if I don't get killed or die beforehand, I'm going to reach it. And whoever's listening is coming too. I'm not going to quit until it's ready, I got to make sure it's recorded. Because I feel like if I don't get it out to the world, it's wasting. And I've been wasting time not fixing it, figuring it out, while filling my distance in my victory lap, I guess, to all the people that I love. And I can't leave them behind and say that I love them, So it just keeps getting wider than that, because we're supposed to love each other. We're supposed to help each other. But reality, what I see, was there was a lot of things different. Now, I don't know if people have seen YouTube videos about stars, okay? And I'm gonna explain that real quick, and move on, and I'll probably come back to it later. But the true story, I feel, about Adam and Eve, it wasn't about eating no apple. And they're giving you a metaphor, and that's where it's blocked. That's right where it's blocked, okay? Because we were angels, and we were a star floating around in the Garden of Eden. We didn't have to eat. We didn't have to breathe. I mean, I guess we might have, but not in the way that you do it now. It was different. But you didn't have to work. You had no need for a home. You had no need for money. All you was a piece of magic floating through the wind. And really your only job was to fix things while you was going. You didn't have to eat nothing. Nothing at all. No animals. Because in truth, we don't even know what that is, Them animals could be condemned people to hell for all we know. But you got to go through hell to get to heaven, because hell is where we are. You make the best of it, and you can definitely make heaven and hell on the first level, but there's still 9 more levels, and that's the only ones we know about. And they're very real, because the devil's very real, so God's very real. But the story really that we're going to get into is the fact that we're praising the wrong person and hating the wrong person, and it might be persons, okay, because it's not one God, and that's really, wow, where it's about, how about no matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing, if you're not sitting here in this dark room thinking about God and talking to Him personally, He's not going to have the power to get here, and in the end, that's where we're headed. I mean, no details, but in the end, it doesn't matter if I'm recording or anything else, as long as you guys keep listening. The power goes out, the world stops. Meditate and listen, and you will hear me. I will be there. As long as you believe I'm going to be, you will hear me talk, no matter where it's at, no matter what you're doing. Because if I know you, you're in my call list. Whether I pull it and use it, that remains to be seen, because I don't use it for anybody, but I'm not that smart. So I'm just barely figuring out what it is I'm even looking at. But I will promise that the devil sure wants it, whatever it is. And my little punk ass don't deserve anything. So whatever happens, I can tell you it's not going to be anything short of a miracle. Everybody listening is going to be my team. You know, it ain't got nothing to do with this shitty body, in this shitty world, with these shitty situations. The fact of the matter is we're stuck here because we're being tricked. And if we realize that, then we can no longer be tricked. You know, because in the end, all we got to do is figure out a way to communicate with each other, no matter where we're at, no matter what we're doing. Not these cell phones, not recording ourselves to make sure that we're popular, or how we look. You know, because if you're a piece of shit, it doesn't matter what you look like. You know? I mean, piece of shit's piece of shit. Take your side over there with the devil. But to me, I'm not going to become a piece of shit. I mean, I might put the war path where it's due, but I'm not trying to do that. But I ain't going to be walked on either, you know? Just like everybody else. Everybody else is the same damn way. Well, almost. I mean, there's some people that just clearly ain't got no fucking clue. But we ain't going to talk about them people, because that'll get too personal and everybody know who I am. And then, you know, just kidding. You know, some people will probably know anyway. But like me or hate me, it doesn't matter. You know, either jump in the conversation or jump out the conversation. It don't matter. But I'm still going to be here talking. And, you know, we going to untangle this sexually fueled, twisted mess. But anyway.